It's a pleasure to have you and your team here today and to be able to speak with me. As I mentioned earlier, my name is Winifred Williams. I am currently the president of the Institute for Supply Management Capital Area. We're very interested in learning more about your business as it relates to the products that you offer, your business model canvas, your logistical management, and any other information that you'd care to share. Tony, could you please introduce your team and the key roles that they play at Shopdm?
Happily. So hi, my name is Tony. So I'm one of the co-founders of Shopdm. Shopdm is a Dominican-based e-commerce platform. What we do is we help Dominican manufacturers and Dominican retailers sell their products to new markets. So we've built a site that, technology-wise is quite similar to Amazon. So these partners of ours, they put their products up on the site, and then we through the payment and logistics systems that we've built, we help them to sell to all parts of the island, and we're moving into different parts of the region and in the long term, well beyond the region. The work that I do at Shopdm is I'm a software developer, so I'm building the technology, and I work really closely with Gandhi. Gandhi, you can.
I'm Gandhi Robin. Like you said, I'm the other founder of Shopdm. I focus on operations. So while he's running the IT and doing the coding with the software, I'm working on the logistics, some of the sales, some of the marketing, the seller onboarding and communications. So as he said, we try to get the sellers in Dominica, manufacturers, persons who are creating new products to access new markets, and that's really what it's about. That's
Very good. What was the driving force behind the conceptualization of Shopdm?
There were a few different forces that came together. One of the most obvious ones is COVID. So we started Shopdm in March 2020. At that point, we were locked down across Dominica, and Dominica doesn't have any comparable e-commerce platforms. So we had this situation where persons were social distancing, but of course they need to eat, they need to meet their needs, and it seemed relatively obvious that the solution that was working in other parts of the world was that the things people needed to buy could be bought online. So that was one of the key drivers behind us starting the business. I would say the other key driver is something that's important to both of us is economic development. That's where we have personal links, that's where our passions lie. So one of the some modern economic thinking focuses on market creating innovations for driving the growth of small developing countries like Dominica, and that's one of the main things we're trying to do with Shopdm. We're trying to make it so that new people can participate in the market, like we said, access to new markets. So someone like yourself, Winifred, you bought on Shopdm, right?
Yes.
But, you did that while you were overseas. The seller that you bought from would not have been able to access your money. So what we're doing is we're bringing in money that otherwise could not enter Dominica. Yeah, so that's sort of one way that we're opening it up for the sellers, and similarly what we want to do in the middle term is create pathways for other people to participate in this market that we're building. So persons can sort of Uber style fit into the deliveries, right? So again, one of the deliveries we did from you, we did it via a bus driver, right?
Yes.
So now these bus drivers, during COVID, they're under these dire economic restrictions because they can't carry as many passengers, but they can carry goods. Mm-hmm. So what we're doing is, that money that comes in doesn't just go to the seller. Some of it goes to the bus driver, whereas they wouldn't be able to access that. So these are the sorts of ways we're trying to distribute money more throughout the country using our platform. And that's one of, I would say, the biggest driver behind Shopdm.
That's excellent. So can you tell me, with the, and I think it was like 778 items that you have on your list, how many of those do you think, what kind of percentage do you think are women-owned businesses?
Actually, the vast majority.
Like there are very few. We can probably count the men on our hands.
I mean, it has happened largely because I think, I think in our heritage here, our African ancestors, I think they must have had like matriarchal societies.
Yes.
We have a lot of strong women across our society in all centers of power, and that also is the case in business. So the largest seller that we have on the platform, who provides maybe 1,300 of our SKUs.
Yeah.
I mean, Gandhi would know, right? Like, so she's the owner of that store of Toots Connections, right? And similarly, our probably most popular local manufacturers, Be Natural and JD's Naturals, they're women-owned enterprises. So a very large number of the products on our site currently come from women-owned businesses.
Very good. How do you manage the key area of logistics within the Shopdm business model?
So, as you said, we decided to work with the bus drivers, work with persons who might be working in town. They live in, let's say, Capuchin, and they are going that direction already. They want to join up with the platform as a contractor. They can pick up the items, deliver it, and make that extra fund.
I mean, you can think about it, right? Like when we get to scale and like we're having, let's say 50, 100 orders a day, right? If you are a contractor and you're getting $5 for just the dropping of items in your community, you do 10 items per week. That's 10 by 4, for 4 weeks, by 5. So, let's say they make $200 extra in that month, and that's non-negligible to them because, a good salary here would be $1,500. So you might go up to $1,700 and all of a sudden be better able to buy school books for your child. And the key thing is this would be flexible income. So if you had challenges in your life and you needed to expand your earnings for a short period of time, you'd be able to do that.
Very good. Explain how the logistics model is valuable to other Caribbean islands.
So we believe it would be valuable, but first of all, it hasn't really been done this way yet. That's what we noticed when we thought about it. Just the idea of that and being able to share the funds, the money that is coming from the platform through the people in society, so everybody gets a share of the pie. That's a game changer. And I think not just in Dominica's economy, in any economy in the Caribbean, if there's money that can come in for foreign exchange and more persons in the society can participate in that income, it is very important, and it would be better for everybody.
What is your vision for Shopdm?
So there's maybe the platform in the beginning, in the middle, there's the individual at the bottom who's using the platform, and there's the society at the top, who's benefiting directly from the platform. And I think at the individual level, what we want to see is, your Winifred, let's say you're making pizza at night, in the evening at 6, right? And you're making pizza, and you with your family, and you realize that you don't have tomato paste. What we want is at the individual level, we want you to be able to go onto Shopdm, buy that tomato paste, and get it delivered at your house within half an hour, like for very cheap, for something like $5 or $7, right? So that's how we want at the individual level.
In the next year, we would like to see Shopdm having about 100,000 products, making that available to everyone, every household, in every corner of Dominica.
And an interesting sort of way we've coined it at the societal level is maybe not next year, but in the next 2-3 years, what we want to do is turn every house in Dominica, that wants to participate, every house into a shop, and every personal vehicle into a delivery service.
We want to see a culture shift and somewhat of a paradigm shift in the way things are done, and we believe we can bring that change as far as, for example, pricing in transporting products from one point to another, and just allowing everybody to be able to participate.
Thank you for joining me today. I wish you all the best in achieving your vision for Shopdm, and thank you for your time.